Team 1 on Apocalypse. We're going to see how this one's going to ball out here as starting off already Asmodie going for a ground pound with this aerial here. I'm waiting for the first big signature. I want to see if we get some nice lengthy team combos. And look at the way she's moving.
I'm also really curious about how BewareofChair is going to be following up off of Asmodie's setups, right? Again, we talked about how the Gauntlet setups have been changed a little bit, but looks like she's able to follow up off of her own, and she hit a dare into a side air off the soft platform bounce.
Oh. And look at this, already a great start for the blue team. 1 stock secured, and we're going to call 2 right there as Asmodie seems to waste no time going for these aggressive dash jump ground pounds off the stage. A lot of the times you'll see people kind of use it as like a mix-up, but I think it's actually very smart, especially at the beginning of a set, to just go for it. Make people scared of it so that later on in the set, if need be, you can bait it out whatever the defensive option is.
Yeah, and especially going from like a very different pacing team like Elsem and Zach Boss are bringing out, Asmodie playing a little bit more aggressive in those offstage engagements.
Oh, and a beautiful save right there from Asmodie right there. We saw a D-Light recovery attempt from Doggo, but immediately Asmodie came down with that Saron bow and saved the partner there.
Yeah, and just a second ago, you saw that side light. It's, again, very hard to space for the team combos with the bow. Rygunduz manages to pick up the side air on BewareofChair. Another side air. Asmodie, no DI means that she's going to get taken out on the right side.
Yeah, no, that was clean. Got the pass, no-look pass. Clean it up. There we go. Haven't seen these SIGs connect yet from Asmodie. And she's been mainly sitting on the gauntlets. We haven't seen too much bow come out. On the other side, BewareofChair. Trying to make them beware, I guess. I mean, so far doing a pretty decent job on this Rick. That Sayer is going to be an easy KO, and that's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, I mean, that was definitely a KO either way, right? Like, yeah, KS for sure.
I'd be screaming in the voice comms, turn my gain up as much as possible because you stole my KO there.
Oh, no.
Yo, still touches.
Barely. Oh, hold on.
Beware.
Rygunduz trying to get tricky. Getting busy. Looking like Sean Paul. Hold on. All right, we coming back to it. Rygunduz not going to get a punish there, but that's okay because Doggo managed to clean something up there.
Yeah, nice pickup from Doggo. Saw that both he and Asmodie got launched on the left side, and he had the quicker reaction on that one.
Like the recovery side signature coming out from Rygunduz. Oh, man, and Doggo. Rygunduz looking pretty decent, but not as decent as Asmodie. And BewareofChair. BewareofChair on this Rick, racking up so much damage, has 2 stocks, and is, I won't say healthy, but at least able to take 1 more hit.
Right side, Doggo, nice recovery.
BewareofChair is getting so many hits. That axe is chunking.
Yo, but Asmodie gets taken out. Red team right now, they need to get the stock off of BewareofChair and then immediate 0. Okay, nope, never mind. They need a prayer now.
Yeah, the Sayer wasn't even enough to KO. And at this point, if you're BewareofChair, like, if you want to play the game of, oh, hold on. Oh, wait, actually, all right, we'll take it. Some seppuku action. You know, it happens every now and then. But at this point, you need what, like, D-Light recovery on blasters will do it. Sayer will do it. Down Sig will do it. Sayer in the corner. Well, you got pretty much anything will be enough. So if you're Doggo, you got to play pretty pristinely. Can't get nicked by anything here. Oh, and so far doing a good job.
Yeah. Unnickable right now.
Gotta be careful.
Oh.
All right, not
just
enough.
Far enough. Oh, the spot dodge in the face of the opponent. A bold decision. Doggo slowly bringing this one back, but again, 1 hit would be enough. Oh my goodness, dodging up into it. The downlight almost does it.
Yeah, that's the win con now. If you're BewareofChair, you're going for N-Light and D-Lights only. Or you swap to Blasters Your Wild. I don't know if that's the play. There's so much N-lag on those attacks if you whiff, but a Sayer from cross stage will be enough. Great, valiant effort there, though, in that last match. I mean, we saw Doggo really, really trying to claw his way back into that match. Just barely couldn't hang on.
Yeah, I mean, a rough start for Doggo, but a fantastic finish as Doggo was the first one to go down to that final stock, but really extended that final stock for as long as possible and was trying to win that, what effectively was a 1v1 with a stock deficit, but just unfortunately not able to do it at the end there.
Yeah, like imagine you had like 20 less damage before he started that 1v1 as Doggo. That might have been the difference between being able to make the comeback and ultimately falling to your demise. But, I mean, the fact that he was even able to perform that well says a lot. So as we go into this game number 2, I don't really know how I feel in terms of, like, I feel like usually after game 1, I have a general sense of who I think is going to come out on top in the set. But I'd say at this point, I'm still very much so rattled. I don't really know who's going to come out on top. It feels very even. That's how I like it.
How does the swap to Sidra affect your feels right now?
I'm going to be honest. I don't love Sidra as a 2v2 legend, but I don't think she's bad. In my brain, I'm like the Ninja 729 or nobody else. But
that's fair.
She's good. She's good. I just don't know if I feel as strongly about Doggo's. But on the other side of things, like, you know, with that cannon, you actually have more affordance for team combos than you did with those guitars. But I just don't feel like I've seen Doggo really go for these team conversions with the Sidra like that on the cannon. But maybe today's going to be different.
Yeah, I mean, like the last time we saw Doggo on the Sidra, it wasn't bringing the most to the table. In fact, he ended up swapping immediately after that. But he's hoping that this time it's going to bring something nice to the table. Maybe some more anchors in those offstage engagements as Asmodie goes for the N-Sig, does not quite catch.
Ooh. And Doggo kind of sticking to the sword right now. I'm curious to see what the cannon does when it does come out, because I'm thinking if you're going to stick with the sword, there might be better legends to pick. Because I would think you're swapping because you want the cannon, but it's caught up. Oh, I actually love the play from Asmodie there. Kind of baited out the recovery and tried to punish it, but couldn't quite find the answer. But there we go. It's going to be a nice signature. Probably a ground pound. No, we get an exhausted recovery, I believe. Go ahead and fight your way back to the stage. Seeing a lot more of that lately, that exhausted recovery as a final last-ditch effort to make it back to the stage.
Yeah, another one of those kind of like meta shifts where people just weren't attacking on their way back up, and now people are, and the defenders are not expecting that. Nice down there from Doggo on the right side. We'll keep that stock count even as Asmodie opts to go for Rygunduz. Didn't try to go off stage for like a dare or a ground pound.
Nice.
Downlight nair from Doggo.
Okay. I like the catch here as well. Weapon throw. Going to go right through that invulnerability from the respawn. We got ourselves a match here. Doggo staying alive, barely. That neutral light, not enough cross stage, but at this point, nice catch from Asmodie. And that's going to be the stock taken there. Rygunduz on the other side trying to get back, but instead becoming the victim of a team combo.
Yeah, nice follow-up there from Asmodie, dipping around BewareofChair's axe combo with that side light nair. Neutral light to set up. Asmodie ends up nairing only one of the red team members. It is a grab move.
You know what? Now that you mention it, I'm going to take a look at BewareofChair for a second here. I want to see what he got going on. It looks like he got caught by Asmodie, but Asmodie was able to go ahead and get a KO because of it. So death worth. But BewareofChair, I mean, he's hanging on right now. Barely.
I'm just watching Asmodie's SIGs and good positioning there, but the anchor takes out BewareofChair.
From the other side?
Enough damage on him, bounced him up.
That's wild.
Oh, nice follow-up there from BewareofChair off the SIGs. Asmodie, I don't think she's done a light attack in a hot minute.
Yeah, why would you? When you got something that looks so much cooler, so much flashier. What does it the kids say? So much Riz.
Oh, Riz.
So much Riz.
Is that what the youngins are, the youths?
You know, the zooms. Something like that. Either way, I mean, it's looking like it's going to be an even game. Stock count while Rygunduz is pretty bruised. Oh, I'm surprised that wasn't enough.
Yeah. A lot of damage has been put onto Rygunduz. Satori not really known for having the highest of defense. Didn't quite catch his stance, but Asmodie back to the SIG game. Knows that needs a couple of those to win out game number 2 here.
Oh. You gotta be careful here. If you are Rygunduz, just weaving your way around these hitboxes. You can see Doggo tries to close it out here. Could be the biggest mistake as they are both in the corner, but they fight their way back onto the stage. Blue team is looking to close it out. Asmodie might throw out a SIG soon. D-Light recovery is not going to be enough. What a retaliation from Rygunduz into a combo from Doggo. And the red team is starting to feel some momentum as they can feel their way back into this game. And they are able to completely turn it around in a steamroll of momentum as Asmodie and BewareofChair did not beware of the red team.
They really stole that one away. The blue team had such a lead. Again, Rygunduz was deep red on the last stock for so long, but the blue team never got that finishing blow, and each time they tried, red team was adding up that damage. I do got to call out, though, Asmodie 16 signatures used, 63% accuracy.
Ooh, okay, that's like 2 out of 3. You know,
Not bad.
That's not bad accuracy at all. Not bad accuracy. Maybe should have thrown a couple out at the end there.
Yeah.
You know,
would have been a good idea to maybe take out one of those red team members.
But you gotta land them. You gotta land them. But apparently she was. So you know, we'll see. Maybe in this game, she's gonna be like, nah. Now I live and die by the heavy button.
She's learned her lesson, man. Only has to do heavy attacks. It'll work eventually. No, but it's light attacks so far. 2 side lights come out.
Oh, I like the side light.
Okay.
Big combo. Gets interrupted, though. You know they were cooking.
Yeah, you saw BewareofChair turn to the right, wanted to do a combo, wanted that signature. Nice dare, gets him back to the wall. Doggo's real deep here.
Oh,
and the dare
Doggo's
from
gone.
Asmodie. Rygunduz.
Nice
okay.
save. Uh-oh. Can Asmodie make it back? Yeah, and everybody gets back intact. And that's the way you love to see it. That's what 2v2s is all about. Just because you don't have the options, you get the extra option in your teammate because they will be there like Allstate. Clean.
Oh, but some trades happen. You see BewareofChair get taken out. Asmodie gets the unofficial double there. So she is everywhere.
Oh, these neutral airs. Oh, Sarah Connor, sit down. BewareofChair, looking out for the chair. It's an anchor this time around, but I'm hanging out in there. Good conversion. And now, I mean, blue team, similar position last game where they had so much momentum. Every time they get a team combo, though, it does get interrupted. I love that I'm seeing that from Doggo and Rygunduz. I'm not letting them get their hits in for free.
Yeah, they're definitely making them work for it. Like, they're still getting some good damage because they're getting that follow-up, but the red team is making sure that it's not the extremes, it's not those long combos. Side sig launched, and BewareofChair is focused on getting back, and another save from Doggo. Rygunduz can't get back, but he touches, he's back, and Doggo hits the ground pound onto Asmodie.
What a turnaround. Not how I expected that one to go, and now, just like the last game, we find ourselves in a situation where Asmodie and BewareofChair quickly, in a blink of an eye, fall behind. They had such a huge lead, and all of a sudden, they're the ones behind. It seems like Doggo and Rygunduz just know when to turn the tides, but a perfectly spaced side signature from Asmodie almost gets the stock on Doggo. Rygunduz does go down, though. Asmodie is looking to close this out on Doggo. Doggo still manages to stay ever vigilant, but that was terrible. You were praying with that one.
It's like, it'll get me back up, but I'll burn basically everything else and just hope that they aren't looking at me.
Yeah, that was definitely, it was like, distract them for me, okay? And then just did not get the memo.
No, but everybody down to their final stocks. Blue team cannot relax. BewareofChair with the intense edge guard. Rygunduz again, the saves. But it's not enough. The red team gonna fall here. Blue team takes it out in game number 2.
And you know what? I was waiting for that. I was waiting. One of Foda's favorite things to say is like, bro, the 2's metagame has gotten so wild. It used to be then someone goes out for the save, and then they save the save, and then they edge guard the save, and then they edge guard the save, and then they save that, and then edge guard, and you know, he goes down the entire spiral.
Really good impression,
Thank you. You know, I've practiced.
Practiced that one.
I actually don't, but I think Spoda has like a very specific vibe, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, you guys can even see it right there in the replays that like throughout the entirety of this game and the game before, they were able to save each other without getting punished pretty consistently. But in that game, they were like, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't let them get back. And what's a better answer than bow ground pound? Like the amount of force, how big it is, you can kind of, even if you're not trying to get hit by it, if your partner gets hit by it and they're like even like an inch nearby, it's like, I got hit too, so.
You both get caught. It's a really good tool, especially with the way that Doggo and Rygunduz are saving. It's a lot of these very vertical options, right? It's like sword recovery, unarmed recovery, right? These things where it's just putting you straight up and down, and Bo just has to sit at the top of that path and just completely cut it off. It's a really, really good option. But I do kind of like, to what you're pointing out, is I love the fact that Asmodie and BewareofChair are like, you know what? We're not going to let you get away for free with that. We're going to start doing this. And of course, they're forcing those interactions as well. Like they're putting Doggo and Rygunduz into those offstage situations where they have to go out and try to save.
And that's That's where the money is. You know, that's where the pot of gold is on the opposite side of the rainbow. Get your lucky charms or whatever. You got to put them in that spot and then just take all the money and run. Yeah. That's what you got to do.
Yoink, twist, run, take it all as we get into the next game. Doggo and Rygunduz, no swaps. Doggo actually did like the Sidra, liked what was happening there, just an unfortunate edge guard at the end. So he's sticking with it. Yeah,
no, I think the Sidra looked good. I think outside of that one ill-advised gravity canceled down sig that we saw. Oh, ooh, gosh, cannon, man.
Yo, but it's not a KO. He had to disengage there. You saw him like running out of steam.
Yeah, and that's the difference between playing like Sidra versus someone like Zul, right? Like, that little bit of extra force really matters when chaining those consecutive hits because it really adds up in the long run.
Yo, and like, even looking at the top of the map, like he did all of that to BewareofChair, and BewareofChair kind of basically even in damage to Doggo.
Yeah, like, you know what, whatever. This is why I picked the Barraza. I wanted the defense. I wanted to get hit a little bit. The combination of not having that added force and the high defense just means that Doggo, one, didn't get the KO, but two, also ended up getting KO'd.
And now Rygunduz having to avoid that 1v2 pressure play. You saw Asmodie starting to go back to the classic, use a lot of signatures. Team combo attempted, Rygunduz breaks it up.
Okay, side sig from Rygunduz. Goes ahead and closes that one out, and Doggo trying to get these neutral lights on Asmodie, but she's being ever elusive with this gauntlet movement. And let's look at the way she's holding center stage, catches a nice recovery onto Doggo and trying to keep it going, but Doggo finally finds a neutral light and another one to boot this time around. You see, Asmodie's trying to like mix up whether or not she's gonna land on the left or the right, like am I landing in front of you or behind you? And I think Doggo now has been able to figure it out. They keep playing this game. Can he get the neutral light on the right side, or alternatively will Asmodie mix him up?
Yo, Rygunduz was cooking BewareofChair for a hot minute there, had like a recovery, GC side sig, hit a Sarah as well, put the edge guard, but BewareofChair is like X recovery and finally takes him out. But that's all enough to even up this game number 4.
Yeah, this is where, you know, things really start to matter if you're the red team because you can't lose another one. And Doggo doesn't get high enough with that, just barely. Usually that Sidra's like, that's your golden ticket, man. That's usually the one that gets you out of those precarious scenarios, but not there. Just not enough height on that one. And all of a sudden, it's looking like Doggo and Rygunduz could potentially be taken out of this bracket soon. We'll see as Asmodie and BewareofChair get sent down to equal stocks. This is not out of the realm of possibility yet for Doggo and Rygunduz.
Yeah, there's still a very real possibility Doggo and Rygunduz bring out what they brought in game number 1, where they managed to steal that victory away from the blue team. But it really is going to rely on Doggo to survive till the end of this one.
Oh, and I love that. I mean, usually you'll see pros complain about that option all the time. Never do the double chase dodge through your opponent, you'll hear from Stingray. But in twos, it's more applicable, right? You get through the other person, you get on the other side, you find a sig, you get a huge punish, and all of a sudden, you have a game that's a lot more even than I think the blue team would appreciate. But Doggo has been pretty messed up.
Yeah, this is like the ultimate you have to play support kind of position as he went for a bull GC and he goes up into it!
Jumps right into the deep end, and Rygunduz has to do this again, but does not have the damage racked up to just fish for KOs here. So you either have to, one, get them off stage and go for an edge guard, or you really got to chip away at them until you have them in a range where you convert into a true KO opportunity. And it doesn't look like the blue team's going to make that easy as Asmodie and BewareofChair just tacking on extra bits of damage.
Yeah, Rygunduz really not able to put any damage out onto the blue team. Like, he got a Sair. It was a response, though. He got a neutral light. Still just trading back and forth, and you can't afford these trades.
At this point, neutral is not going to be enough, but another one at this height will. And a recovery. Ooh, right to the corner. That's the only spot on the map where you could survive from something with that much knockback. You can see Rygunduz still trying. Going for the neutral light. You can't do it in the 2v1. How many times I gotta tell you? Go for the side light instead.
The active frames are just going to lock you down, and unfortunately, it locks Rygunduz down to get KO'd by the side air from BewareofChair. And that means Asmodie and BewareofChair still in the bracket. Doggo and Rygunduz go home with a 4th place finish.
But I can't blame you. The thing that stinks, because anyone that's